Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Tonight's event is held in conjunction with our exhibition, One-Way Ticket, Jacob Lawrence's Migration Series and Other Visions of the Great Movement North. And it's upstairs in our third floor galleries and on to September 7th. I hope all of you have a chance to see it. And if you've seen it already, you know that music is a big part of the story. It fills our galleries. And there's music there that are composed and performed by greats like Billie Holiday and Bessie Smith and Ida Cox and Josh White and Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong and William Grant Still. It's all there. This music was performed and recorded in the North, but in it you can still hear sounds of the South. Instruments like the guitar and the banjo, blues progressions, the phrasing of work songs, and many of them are migration narratives in and of themselves. With the Great Migration, 6 million Black Americans moved from the rural South to the urban North and West, and with that huge demographic shift, it transformed our cities, our economies, our politics, and it also transformed our collective psyche and our culture, and that's what we're going to explore tonight. The event tonight is masterminded by Terrance McKnight. Terrance is the beloved weekday evening radio host on WQXR, the only all-classical radio station in New York, and he's also a pianist himself. He is a musicologist. He is a former Morehouse faculty member, and and through his work with us on the Jacob Lawrence Show, he's also a friend. And I know that all of us here at the museum feel extraordinarily lucky to have had the opportunity to work with him. And I think it's fair to say that only Terrance could have brought together this extraordinary community of artists onto one stage. And it's our stage, so I'm thrilled. I'm going to read the names of those participating with a great thank you to all. Karen Chilton, James Davis, Nick Finzer, Ernesto Gomez, Ricky Gordon, Alicia Hall Moran, Randall Haywood, Bill T. Jones, Joseph Joubert, Kevin Maynor, Jason Moran, Nicole Pfeiffer, Bill Sims Jr., Cheney Sims, Damien Sneed, Bob Stewart, Curtis Stewart, Tuffa Zimbabwe, with the Levites, Quinn Brown, Cheney Campbell, Tiffany Stevenson, and Mathieu Washington. And we're live streaming. Amazing, isn't it? A dream team. We're live streaming tonight, so I ask you to turn off your cell phones completely because it interferes with the miking. And no photos, please. Now, let the show begin.
My grandfather, George Murray Houchins, sat on the porch with old Mr. Branner. Branner said, "George Murray, what happened to Eppie?" My grandfather said, "We never saw him again." My Aunt Fran was a little girl at the time, and she was sitting on that porch. So as they rode home in the buggy and wagon there, she asked a question. She said, "Daddy, who was he talking about? Who is Eppie?" My grandfather said, "Eppie was your uncle." She said, "What happened to him?" He said, "They took him. We were riding down in a wagon on the road. White man came by, saw him, he liked the way he looked. So he took him. So he took him. So he took him. He took him. And we never saw him again." And Fran said, "We all moved up north." Oh yeah, we moved up north. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. He's from the county farm. 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 He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on.
Dear Mother, 1 year ago you lost a son and I a brother. And on this day, memories make our minds bleed afresh. But we can comfort ourselves this way. But a few more days, and we too shall pass into that land of shadows. Will was amiable, lovable, sympathetic, and kind, and very few people knew him well enough to appreciate these qualities in him. But to those who did, they realized that the world was bettered by him having lived in it. Sorrowing on this day with you is your loving son, Rob.
His woman did him wrong. She better meet him there, down by the waterfall.
and the stork in the sky knows her appointed seasons, and the dove, the swift, and the thrush observe the time of their migration.
A letter to President Warren G. Harding, White House, September 19th, 1921. Mr. President, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, on behalf of 12 million colored Americans, desires to add its voice to those already asking your endorsement of a thorough federal investigation, followed, if necessary, by congressional action on the menace of commercialized race hatred as represented by the Ku Klux Klan. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People bases this request upon its own information about the Ku Klux Klan, which has been placed in the hands of public officials, and again takes this occasion to assure you of its desire to assist the government in every way possible. James Weldon Johnson, Secretary to the NAACP.
Hundreds of thousands of black Southerners sent a flood of letters to the editor to black-owned newspapers all over the country in search of work up north. These letters are from the Chicago Defender.
Dear Sir, I am 30 years old and have good experience in freight handling and can fill a position from trucks to agriculture. I'd like Chicago or Philadelphia, but I don't care where, so long as I go where a man is a man. Houston, Texas, April 20th, 1917.
Sir, I noticed in the Defender about positions up there for work. I am very anxious to leave the South on account of my children, but my husband doesn't seem to think that he can succeed there in business. He is a merchant and knows the barber trade. What are the chances for either? Tell me what we could really do. I will do almost anything to get our family out of BAM. And please, let this be confidential. Greenwood, Mississippi, April 22nd, 1917.
Sirs, I am a colored boy, age 15 years old, and I am talented for an artist. I am in search of someone who will cultivate my talent. I have studied cartooning, therefore, I am a cartoonist. And I intend to visit Chicago this summer. I want to keep in touch with your association, and I want knowledge from you. Can a colored boy be an artist and make a white man's salary up there? Palestine, Texas, March 11th, 1917.
Dear sir, from a willing working woman, I hope that you will help me as I want to get out of this land of suffering. I know there is something that I can do. Here, there is nothing for me to do. I may be able to get in some firm somewhere where I don't have to stand on my feet all day. Now, I don't know just what, but I hope the Lord will find a place. Now, let me hear from you all at once. Biloxi, Mississippi, April 27, 1917.
I'm going up to Detroit, Michigan. Girl, I can't take you. I'm going up to Detroit, Michigan. Lord knows I can't take you. I'm going to get me a job up north. Wow, on the Cadillac assembly line. I'm tired of hooping and hollering up and down this Mississippi road. I'm tired of hooping and hollering, picking that old nasty cotton. I'm gonna get me a job up north. I won't have to keep saying yes, the boss. Sometimes I wonder how I survived to tell a story of a place I lived as part of my life. There ain't no love and there ain't no pity. In a place I lived, they called it Smoky City. Life was hard. life was so hard. So many good folks from the Georgia clay came up north to try to start a brand new day. The streets were covered in a cold gray haze, and sometimes you couldn't tell the night from the day. Life was hard. Life was so hard.
Beyond the yard where the railroads cross, through the tunnel underground and you'll be lost. A garden of evil growing every night, 'cause old Smoky City was the devil's delight. She does not know her beauty. She thinks her brown body, she thinks her brown body has no glory. If she could dance naked under palm trees and see her image in the river, she would know. Yes, she would know. But there are no palm trees in the streets, no palm trees in the streets, and dishwater gives back no images. She does not know her beauty. She thinks her brown body has no glory. If she could dance naked under palm trees and see her image in the river, she would know. Yeah, she would know. But there are no palm trees in the streets, no palm trees in the streets, and dishwater gives back no image.
Ernesto,
What up, Dirty?
I never really told you the real reason why I left Atlanta. I shot somebody.
You shot somebody. Why would you shoot somebody?
Sometimes you have to take the law in your own hands because this legal system is a little unjust. But now what we're going to do is let's just play 44 blues for the people a little bit. 1, 2, 3. what? But look, sometimes.
Oh, man.
Well, look. I mean, we can't. Look. I mean, it can't. I can't stay there forever. I had to go. I had to jet, man. I had to get out of town.
Well, what's the jet for that time? There you go.
I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, but sometimes, look, I know some guys that's done some wrong things, and sometimes they've had some grits thrown on them.
Grits. And we should play the grit box boogie, my friend.
Yeah, well, let's boogie with it. One. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Most come here as criminals. We brought here like animals. How long before retribution day? Such as others you compensate. Banana peels and all pills in the road to impede my growth. Different fountains because of color, yet my mammy was your mother. I put my trust in God's majesty because I know maybe in another lifetime I'll get my justice. Freedom from the powers that be. But wait a minute. If I use my sixth sense, I'm a child of God. I'm already free. I'm a child of God. I'm already free. If I was to use my sixth sense, if I use my sixth sense, if I use my sixth sense, maybe in another lifetime, maybe in another lifetime, I've had to tolerate a lot of things here. The gun, fist, hands, and whip. How long will it last?
35, you couldn't have seen Porgy and Bess in a legally integrated theater in New York City. Oh, they so fresh and full, and they've just, oh, sorry, off the vine. These are VIPs, uh-oh. Strawberry. Porgy and Bess. Gershwin, Europe, he got his boat over. And our singers took our trains. Someday I know he's coming back to call me. He's gonna handle me and hold me so. It's gonna be like a dying Porgy deep inside me. But when he calls, I know I have to go. I want to stay here, but I ain't worthy. You is too decent to understand. For when he see me, he hypnotize me. When he take hold of me with his hot hand, I love you, Porgy. Don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If you can keep me,
secret I'm telling you, or keeps this for Porgy. Eyes young,
All along, I've been hearing from all the musicians about Little Louis. What a good trumpet player he was gonna be. So when King Oliver brought Little Louis to meet me, Little Louis was 226 pounds. So I said, Little Louis? How come y'all call him Little Louis, big as he is?
Yes. Lil was the belle of Windy City, Chicago at that time. Well, as for me, I was wrapped up in my music. I didn't pay any attention at first to the fact that little Lil was stuck on me. But who was I to think that a big, high-powered chick like Lillian Hardin, who came to Chicago from Memphis the year of 1917, right out of Fisk University, valedictorian of her class. Who? Me? I thought to myself, I just couldn't conceive the idea.
Well, I wasn't impressed at all. I didn't like the way he dressed. I didn't like the way he talked. Well, you know, girls used to wear garters on their stockings, so when I'd sit down to play, I would roll my stocking down so the garter was below my knee. And first thing Louis spied was my knee. And he was looking. And I said, this guy's got ideas he better not put into words. Someone is always at my elbow, reminding me that I am the granddaughter of slaves. It fails to register depression with me. Slavery is 60 years in the past. The operation was successful, and the patient is doing well. Thank you. The terrible struggle that made me an American out of a potential slave said, on the line. The Reconstruction said, get set. And the generation before said, go. I am off to a flying start, and I must not halt in the stretch to look behind and weep. Slavery is the price I paid for civilization, and the choice was not with me. It is a bully adventure, and worth all that I have paid through my ancestors for it. No one on earth ever had a greater chance for glory, the world to be won and nothing to be lost. It is thrilling to think, to know that for any act of mine, I shall get twice as much praise or twice as much blame. It is quite exciting to hold the center of the national stage with the spectators not knowing whether to laugh or to weep.
Black folk, they went to church or they partied after they finished cleaning those white folks' homes in Bronxville and Scarsdale that had those roaches underneath the garbage can. To see that evening sun go down. I hate to see that evening sun go down. 'Cause my honey, she done left this town. Tomorrow, like I'm a feeling today. Feeling tomorrow, like I'm a feeling today. I'd unpack my trunk and make my getaway. Creep up on in a diamond ring. Pull a man around, hold by your apron string. Now if you're calling for powder and for store-bought hair, that girl I love, she wouldn't go nowhere, nowhere. Got the St. Louis blues, just as blue as I can be. That girl got a heart like a rock cast in the sea. Or else she wouldn't gone so far from me. Gypsy done told me, said don't you wear no black. Come on. Gypsy done told me, said don't you wear no black. Just go St. Louis, says you can't win her back. I love that gal like a schoolboy loves his pie, like a Kentucky colonel loves his rock and roll. I love my honey till the day I die. Hey!
These common people are not afraid of spirituals, and jazz is their child. They furnish a wealth of colorful, distinctive material for any artist because they still hold their own individuality in the face of American standardizations. Quote from Langston Hughes.
Dear Sir, I am a graduate of Law Department of Howard University, Washington, D.C., class of 1885. But this fact has not swelled my head. I can perform janitor duties, tend bar, grocery store clerk. I'm willing to do almost anything that I can do that there is a dollar at it. I am a man of 63 years of age. I have been a teacher, a clerk in the government, law and pensions offices, a watchman for the War Department, a collector and rental agent. I am a member of the Canaan Baptist Church in Covington, Tennessee. Sir, if you can place me, I'd be willing to pay anything for the service. Yours, respectfully, Memphis, Tennessee, May 22nd, 1917.
Kind sir, we have had some educational advantages as we have taught in rural schools for years, but our pay was so poor we could not continue. We can furnish testimonial of our honesty and integrity and moral standing. Will you please assist us in securing places, as we are anxious to come, but want jobs before we leave? Jacksonville, Florida, April 28, 1917. One-Way Ticket by Langston Hughes. One-way ticket, I pick up my life and take it with me. And I put it down in Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo, Scranton, any place that is north and east and not Dixie. I pick up my life and take it on the train to Los Angeles, Bakersfield, Seattle, Oakland, Salt Lake, any place that is north and west and not south. I am fed up with Jim Crow laws, people who are cruel and afraid, who lynch and run, who are scared of me and me of them. I pick up my life and take it away on a one-way ticket. Gone up north, gone out west, gone.
Riverbed makes a mighty fine road. The dead trees will show you the way, and it's left foot, back foot, traveling on. Follow the drinking.
Terrance asked me to say something personal. Estella and Gus had 10 children. I'm number 10. There were 2 more to come. 2 died. And there came a point in the late 40s and 50s, because they were migrant workers, potato pickers. They were not part of that first wave of migration, maybe not even the second. But my dad said, God damn it, I want to be a black Yankee. What did he mean? The textbooks from that little town in the South where I was born came from the other side of town, and they had obscene words in them. The covers were ripped. They were still teaching that the South won the war. My dad wanted to be a black Yankee. Here's a black Yankee standing in New York City. I would say the human capacity to endure through both triumph and defeat is one of the greatest attributes we have as living beings, enduring despite hardship and without becoming too overly confident in triumphs. When we know what's going on throughout the rest of the world, and in some instances in the United States, we wonder how God has given us this capacity. Thank you, Jacob Lawrence.
All right, we're going to all sing this together, all right? Will y'all help us sing? Will you help us sing? Get right, church, let's go home. Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church. Get right, church. Get right, church, and let's go home. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home on the morning. The evening train may be too late. The evening train may be too late. The evening train may be too late. The evening train. The evening train. The evening train may be too late. Back train and get your load. Back train and get your load. Back train and get your load. Back train. Back train, back train, and get your load.
My name is Terrance McKnight. I am the son of the migration. My parents migrated to Cleveland from, of all places, Liberty, Mississippi in 1951. And these are children of the migration. This is my migration orchestra. Give it up for them. You know, we're here to celebrate the 6 million Black Americans that migrated north, south, bringing us all this culture that many of these musicians and artists make their living from. So we just wanted to celebrate Jacob Lawrence with MoMA, to celebrate all of you, to celebrate those great Americans that were so brave that came this way. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening. One, two, three.
church, give that church.